Morning, class. Joe, get off the desk.
Hey.
Unlike in some of your other classes, we will actually be learning something. Today we'll be looking at the timeline of music and music's uses and its effects on society. First of all, DeLuca, get up here and fix my computer.
Yeah, flip his monitor!
All right, first, are there any questions? All right, since there are no questions, let's get started with tribal music. Let's take a look at these Native Americans performing a fire ritual, and then as a class, we will analyze its purpose. who has some ideas?
I think it's a way for the natives to communicate with their dentists.
I think you mean deities. And yes, that's a good point. Many of these cultures use music and chanting as a way to convey their feelings to their gods.
Well, I think that they use the music to ask for rain or a better harvest.
I think they use these dances to ask for their more rain or better harvests
I just said that, but without all the likes.
Yes, very good, Millie. These dances were also used as a way to celebrate things such as marriage, victories in war, having a baby, or becoming a man or woman. They were also used to promote healing when someone was sick. Now, I think we should talk about classical music, because classical music became the main form of music around the late 1600s, but its roots can be traced all the way back to ancient Greece. Who can tell me something about classical music?
Classical music seems like it would probably be the most meaningful or memorable music still around today.
Well, that's stupid.
I don't think it's the most meaningful. I find that other genres such as jazz hold more meaning and sound like the lyrics.
Yeah, that's right. It helps you relax. It's jazz, man.
Very interesting points, everyone, except Joe. But I wouldn't necessarily say that either of these genres holds more meaning than the other. Many classical songs written by Beethoven, for example, hold a lot of meaning, which can be heard in the style of the song and the notes used. Beethoven especially used his music as a way to tell the world about his anger and frustration with things such as his inability to hear. For example, let's take a look at this Beethoven song and see if we can interpret how he was feeling.
Well, I guess that's okay.
He sounded pretty pissed. Yeah, maybe he was angry or something angry. Well, at first it seemed like anger, but as it progressed, it became softer and not as forceful. So maybe it was representing a different period of his life.
Very good. And although we have a pretty good idea of his moods, only Beethoven himself will actually know how he was feeling and what his music represents.
No, I think I know what he's feeling.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Beethoven's my boy.
Anyway, we're going to be moving on to our next topic now, whose roots are strongly tied into tribal music. Can anyone tell me which genre that is?
Rap? Already?
No, relax. It's jazz, man.
Okay, so how is jazz related to tribal music at all?
By 1808, the Atlantic slave trade had brought almost 500,000 Africans to the United States. The slaves largely came from West Africa and brought strong tribal music traditions with them. Lavish festivals featuring the African dances to drums were organized on Sundays at Place Congo, or Congo Square in New Orleans until 1843. As were similar gatherings in New England and New York, African music was largely functional for work or ritual, and included work songs and field hollers. The African tradition made use of single-line melody and call-and-response pattern. But Without European concept of harmony, rhymes reflected African speech patterns, and the African use of pentamic scales led to the blue notes in blues and jazz. Oh, so what you're saying is that as the slaves gained their freedom, they were able to take the new style of music to new heights, and they performed in small dance clubs and bars for lower class?
No, that's wrong.
Exactly, Chris.
Oh, so like originally jazz was like started as like songs from like slaves to like express themselves while like working long hours, like in the fields, and like it like eventually evolved to like include instrumentation?
Exactly. Jazz has also grown and expanded upon itself to become one of the most popular and widely differentiated genres of music. Since its official start in the early 20th century, jazz has spawned a variety of subgenres, including, but not limited to, bebop, cool jazz, hard bop, modal jazz, free jazz, Latin jazz, post bop, soul jazz, jazz fusion, jazz funk, smooth jazz, and many other trends.